Hello, welcome to Advertising Online offered by Harper College, Palatine, Illinois. My name is Dr. George Mochocki, and the course title on this one is Marketing 217 Advertising Online. We're entering week 6. Now, if I look at, remember, this is an 8-week course, so this is a 16-week, traditional 16-week course condensed into 8 weeks. You're doing the same amount of work as someone will be doing in a traditional 16-week semester. You're doing it in 8 weeks. So we're in week 6. You're almost at the end. You're going to have week 7, and week 8 I think is the final exam. With some homework on there. So what do we have in week 6? Let's talk about. So we're going to be talking about chapter 16. You read chapter 16. Make sure you always pull out my concept maps and my mind maps. They're in a PDF file, so anyone can open it up. I open them up to the second tier, and after the second tier, you're supposed to add more information. But so after you read it, so add the information. The more you interact, reading it, looking at my concept maps or mind maps, adding to it, and then look at the lectures that I have for each chapter, and the lectures will go through utilizing mind maps. So I'll open up to the 3rd, 4th, or 5th tier. So take what you've read with that information, again, use the concept maps, and now look at my lectures and follow along. Oh, I missed that, or I didn't miss that. This is how you're going to learn. Okay, so what do we have in week? So you have the concept maps always available to you, and the lectures are always available to you. The reading material is available to you. So you're almost done. That's what I'm saying. We're almost at the end. You only have a couple more weeks, and you can go, whoosh, it's over with. But look how much I've learned in this short, condensed period. Okay? So reading chapter 16. Real quickly, is out-of-home exhibits, it's supplementary media, no problem. It's just outdoor advertising. And it's not only the billboards that you see, what you're going to find out through the chapter readings and through my lectures. It's also, you see the trucks that are driving around that have flashing signs, or you have people riding a bicycle. There's a lot of websites that are provided in this lecture from your reading material. Utilize those websites. This is how you learn. You're going to go into it. You're a small business owner. You're a college student going to, and this is the field you're going to go into advertising. How do I learn? Just because you know the definitions and the concepts, but you do not know how to apply it, you're useless to a business. Now, if you're a business owner taking this as a professional growth, what's new out there? Okay, so this is how you should approach this course. Always, I'm learning. Not just that you get the grade and you pass and you don't remember anything. What I'm trying to do is integrate learning, same way you'd want to integrate integrative marketing communication, which advertising is, to your customers or your clients or your target market that you're trying to reach. I'm utilizing the same concepts and teaching you how you would be creating an advertising plan. So that's what chapter 16. Chapter 17 is introducing you to social media. Now, you're going to talk about Facebook, but there's a lot of other different social medias that you read about. Now, what you're reading, there's only a little there. You could be on different social medias that other students don't even understand or even knows out there. We all know Facebook because that's the largest one. I think it's like 66% of all social media is Facebook. And then there's like LinkedIn is only like 13%. But remember, who is your client? Who are your customers? If they're business individuals, they may not be on the social media. They may be in LinkedIn. How do I advertise them? How do I reach them? They may have their own social media. And when I'm looking at social media, I'm looking at blogs, I'm looking at the Twitter accounts, different apps. That's all encompassing the social media umbrella, for lack of a better word. So make sure you read that. Very interesting. Keeps you in tune, keeps you updated, and most of you have some kind of social media account. If you don't, you should. I'm going to tell you right now, because if you're going to be going into advertising, or if you're going for the next job, an interview, whether you're management, advertising, or marketing, whatever, they're going to ask you, do you have a social media? Are you active in social media? And the reason for this, that means you're current with what technology is out there, and how do I reach my customers? How do I communicate with my peers at work? Or how do I communicate with my employees? whatever. But this is a marketing class, so the social media is a plus. You have to understand it. There's no way around it. Most of it are already in it. If you're not, make sure you open up some accounts to learn about it. So you're going for that interview. Yes, I do. I am active in the social media. If they say, let me look at it. Fine, open up the social media. You know, a lot of times, a lot of people have two different social media. They have one for my personal friends I might call George M. or something else, or George Mochocki. My other one may be my professional one. The LinkedIn may be professional. So be careful, because you know a lot of your employees. You know, I teach human resources also. They are looking at social media as a way to find out about you. You already received a degree from Harper College, your associate degree. You may be going to your 4-year university. They are also looking at social media. How interactive? What is about you? You know the skill sets or the task involved in advertising generally. I mean, this is an introduction class to advertising at a community college, but it gives you a good baseline. Or if you're taking this as a refresher course, or you're a business individual taking it at a community college to learn a little bit more, what's going out there. This is a good baseline, gives you a great overview, and then you can take more classes either at Harper. Harper has a specific class that they have a whole section on for lack of better words, industry specific just to help small businesses. That's the whole mission of community colleges. It has two prongs in there. It has one to bring students, to bring them up from their first year and their second year going to progress into a 4-year university. Most students coming out of Harper College have the skill sets, the know-how, how to, and are very successful when they go to a 4-year university. Other aspect of a community college is the business sector. I'm a small business individual. I can't afford to go. I can't leave to go to a 4-year university. Or my employees are coming to. How do I bring them up with a skill set so they'll take classes like this one at a community college to get a general idea and just say, oh, here's what I should be looking at. Oh, I never thought about this. Utilize this. Community colleges are here to help not only students progress to a 4-year university to learn how to take exams, how to work with other people, to build team building, but it also is a resources for small businesses to train their employees or to help their own employees or to help themselves grow, or even larger companies that are doing professional growth. You know, I may be a marketing major. I already have my master's, everything else in there, but I may take a class to say, yeah, I'm not too sure what the social media, what is new out there, so I'll take a professional growth class. Okay, so now you have that. So that's social media, blogs, and everything else. The other one is chapter 18, and I had full lectures on that, is relationship building, direct marketing. How do I get my message out to them, and now how do I lock it in? The social media is another way to add on to my integrated marketing communication, which advertising is the mouthpiece, the communication arm of a marketing campaign. And how do I help my sales individuals, you know, the individual, business to business. When we talk about business to business, you have more interaction. You have your account manager. You don't call them salespeople because I'm peddling something. So I'm an account manager. Account manager takes the whole company that they're working with or their client and tries to resolve all their issues or help them out. Even though they may not be providing all the services there, they'll lead them to the right. They may have other contacts that complement their business or something else. So how do I get them? So if I have cold calls, I'm talking real quickly on personal selling. I go into a personal selling, I come in there, I know cold call means they never heard of me. I walk into the door, hi, my name is George Mochocki. I'm selling GAM consulting. Or I'm selling GAM hot dogs. I'm selling whatever I'm selling. Okay, and GAM is George Anthony Mochocki. It's just my acronym. It's real easy to look for. So when you walk in, they go, never heard of you. Who are you? Get out of here. I don't trust you. What do? Your social media starts talking about it. So maybe people contact me through social media, through advertising, billboard. They see my sign, or direct mail. I send them direct mail before I walk into the shop. So they see the mail. They may look at it. They may not look at it. Remember, advertising, they get your attention. You're bombarded with a lot of advertising. Look at it, and then they go. And they go, oh, yeah, I come in. Now I come in a cold call. Hello, I'm George Mochocki with GAM Hot Dog Incorporated, or warehousing, or consulting, whatever. And they go, I send, we send a flyer out here. Did you get the information, the package? Oh yeah, I got. So now they have some information. You're not walking in there cold. You are kind of cold, but they know something about the organization, especially if they never heard of your business or your product. So they have something, or they've read about you on social media through one of their connection. Oh, did you see me in my social media? You have something to open up the talk, or they come into the store. I got my promotion. I got this ad. Now, what's that salesperson? Remember, that's all part of the integrated marketing. My whole thing is to get them into the store. Once I get them to the store, I have to have something to sell to them. I have to give them something. I have to start that communication. Oh, did you see the ad? Oh, you have the ad. Pretty good ad. What are you looking for? So now I know you have some interest because you're coming in. That's what they call prospecting. So remember, your social media, your advertising, everything else is prospecting. Now I have to give something to that sales force for them to actually, or a promotion. Oh, you're coming in here, yes, I'll give you 20% off by the ad or everything else. Okay, so those are the chapters. Real good, really interesting. Now these chapters, let's go on what's required for us. We have a paper. You have an advertising plan that's going to be due in 2 weeks, the last part of week 7. I think it's Friday is on the due date if you look at the syllabi. So you have to look at Exhibit B in your book. Remember, it tells you what I'm looking at. Remember, some of the stuff you're going to be making up, some of the stuff you're going to be finding out. So if you're going to say, I'm going to be using this radio station, or I'm going to be advertising this social media, which social media, you have to give me that. So what we're going to be doing in this forum is going to be a little different. Let me click on the form, and I increased the points on the form to 35 points. Usually the forms are 20 points or 25 points. I changed it a little bit different for the summer because I want you more active. I still want you to have a life. Summer or in the fall or in an 8-week class, depending on when you've taken me. Okay, so when I'm looking at this form, so let me click on here. What I'm going to ask you, I made this a combination form. I'm not going to require you to do assignment. We've been doing assignments in the other weeks, 10 points or 15 points assignments that you'd write up separate from the form. No assignment. I want you to start focusing in on your major paper. You're going to be doing major paper, and you're going to be presenting a PowerPoint, a narrative PowerPoint, or a Facebook, a YouTube recording that you'll be submitting to me. So this is how I'm going to be doing. Remember, a lot of my YouTubes are another way of getting people to understand something about Harper, where I'm teaching, or about my business. Or I could look at a YouTube and I could say, hey, did you see my, when I'm sending the information as a promotion to my Facebook account, I could also click onto my YouTube channel. And so people could say, hey, here's my business, here's the YouTube. And most businesses, when you look at the main site, they have a YouTube. They have some kind of videos on there. It's another way to reach people who may just be surfing. And all of a sudden, oh, I want to find something about advertising. Boom, and there you are. Chance, because you have the right wording, you have the right thing, and this is what you're going to learn. Okay, so this one you're going to do 2 things. The first, the forms are broken up into 2 parts. Remember, it's worth 35 points. I added points extra in here because it's going to be very intense, hopefully very creative form. So this week's form, I'm just going to read it right outright. Let me just bring it in here. This week's form will be a bit different from previous forms. I want you to explain how you would utilize social media and direct marketing within your advertising plan for your business and service that we already identified in earlier forms you'll be providing. You'll post this in the subject area. You already know what you're doing. Everyone's doing perfect. Stating the social media, which one is it going to be? Facebook? Is it going to be LinkedIn? Is it going to be Twitter? Or is it going to be a blog? I don't care. You tell me which one that makes sense to your target market that you already identified who you're going to be coming to, and which direct marketing technique you'll be utilizing the subject. Facebook and, let's say, direct mail or whatever. Okay, so you're going to put that in. I'm just throwing that in there. I don't want to lead you one way depending on your business. And some of you have already talked about this. So you're going to throw that in there. No problem, you've got that. Now you're also going to do a promotion. So when I'm a promotion, what's going to make me in? Buy one, get one free, or 10% off, or the first consultation free, or whatever. Try to think about that when you're looking at which media, direct mailing or promotional you're going to be utilizing. I think it's in chapter 18 if I ain't mistaken. 18 is promotional. So think about that. Everything you're doing now, you're going to put into your major paper. So when you start communicating in this forum, people are talking, and hey, that's a good idea, but you don't respond to that individual, it's gone. Remember, once the forum's gone. So start cutting and pasting into a Word document. I told you because you're going to present it to me in a Word document. Following this, I think there's like 7 headers. You're gonna follow that, and underneath it, just throw it in there. Right now, throw it in there. Oh, this is a good idea. Put it in there under this header. This belongs under let's see, situational analysis, or just belongs into the advertising, creative strategy. Right, I'm looking at different headers. Okay, so you're gonna throw that in there. You're gonna discuss that right away, and then the second part of the form, so that just get that over, just put that in there and make comments to other people if you think that's a good idea or not a good idea. But the major form that I want you to start working on now is on your paper. What do I expect? What does Dr. George want? Hey, I've got this. Does this make sense for my advertising plan? That's what I want you to start communicating. This is the information I want you to start communicating within the forum, helping each other out. Okay, so the second part of the forum, the open forum, to ask any question on your advertising plan that you are working on to your classmates after you listen to my video on what's required and review the material. Remember, in Appendix B on page 632, okay, post your questions in the subject area. I don't understand Section 3. What if there's anyone from my business? What's helping me? How do I do that? That's what you're helping each other. No different than you be talking back to your customer or your client, or you'll be talking to other peers within your organization. Because what I'm trying to do here is to help you develop that working network of peers and experts. Save the people. Some people are very useful, others aren't. Some you give information, never respond to me. That's not how you work a network. I give. They may not respond, but somebody else may respond. Or down the road, they may say, hey, George helped me out, I'll help him out here. So don't expect I give something and don't respond. You're to respond to other individuals if you know the answer in the question. I will, like I've always been, I monitor the forums. I'm trying to get you to communicate as a network. I'm out there like just looking at what's going on, as instructor. And if there's something that's very specific to me, you write in the subject, Dr. George, boom. Otherwise, don't say Dr. George for everything, because you won't get the full 35 forum point. You're to help each other out. As by helping somebody else out, it triggers your own mind. Or use your teammates as a sounding board in the subject area. Hey, what about this? I'm trying to do this. You think this is will this work? Or you think it's going to be too provocative or too distractive to my target audience? And that's how you find out. Or if if you're doing this in a real life business, and some of you are, because I know some of you are going to open up you're in the business and you're open up another market you're trying to target, and you're utilizing this as a learning or as a structured way of how do I set everything else up, what makes sense, so everything falls in line. A lot of entrepreneurs start off very little education. When I said they're smart, they know everything else, but they may know their subject area, their product, but they don't understand the advertising part. You don't want to contract out. Even if you contract out to an advertising agency, you still have to understand what they're looking for. Because otherwise you'll get a bill for so large and it doesn't meet your needs. Let them convince you. But if you can't afford them, how do I do it on my own? Social media is real easy. You could do it on your own. How do I do something else? Direct marketing, how do I do? Some of my billboard, you got to give them some hands, but you have to have some conceptual ideas. So utilize this for that. So you're building that network of individuals. You're using the sounding. Or you ask your neighbors, ask your friends, hey, what do you think about this ad? Before you spend the money and you don't want to go, or you got something, oh my God, I got to take the ad off because it's discriminatory, or it's in bad taste. I thought it was cute, but it wasn't bad. And you see some of the links in advertising and videos that we've been watching that, yes, even the large corporations make a mistake because how they tested it. They didn't test it adequately, and it came out negatively, and that's a bad name for the, or it hurts my brand. Remember, the whole thing of advertising is to promote my brand, promote my product, get customers in, and get them to come back, and have them talking about my product to other customers. So how do I develop a social media that are just following my business, my product? And blogs do that. What do you like about this? Or follow my channel. Here's something new. But you always have to, those who are doing anything with social media, if you say, I went to the bathroom, I did this, every morning is a blah, 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 blah. After a while, I'm not listening to you. Oh, geez, yeah, George got up and went to the bathroom. What a boring person. You're trying to throw something else there. Hey, I won $1 million. I didn't, but if you guys did, remember me, I'm trying to pay off my student loans. I won $1,000, or I've got this idea, something that's going to stimulate. That's what the people, those who have a lot of followers, they're always giving something out. Look at this link I found out. How do I get people in wanting to look at my channel? If it's, and we follow different channels. We all follow different channels. Which channels do you follow more? If it's the same thing, or if the channel's not updated, after a while, I forget about them. And if you forget about them in advertising, now sometimes you have to slow down, because if you get too many customers coming in, which is good, but I can't provide the service or send the products out, and they're going to be upset, it's going to be a negative. So sometimes you might slow down. Oh my God, I'm getting so many customers. Great, the advertising work, but I can't keep up with demand. Then you slow down on your advertising. But don't stop. It's like anything else. I'm out there trying to find a date. I'm married. I'm happily married. Let's say if I'm out there to find a date, I'm out there to find a customer, and I get the customers coming in, and then I stop rewarding them, or stop talking to them, or stop providing them something else, they're going to stop looking, and they're going to go someplace else. Because you're not in their mind. You always want to be in their mind. Advertising is keep on refreshing them, keep being in their mind. Okay? So that's our form. No problem. Easy. Click on there, answer the questions, open more points, try to be very active, help each other out. You're at the end, you're in a network, you're in a team, you're all working together for the same goal. You all want to get the A's, the B's, the C's, the D's. Hopefully, yeah. Let's just go with the A's and the B's and the C's. Anything lower than the C is not transferable. So if you're going to put all that effort, at least try to get a C. I think most of the people in the class are getting B's and A's. I do have a couple of C's. I may have a couple D's. I hate to fail anyone. By that time, I tell them this is not the course for you. Drop before that. But you're in the 6th week. It's too late. Let's get our C's, our B's, and A's. Good? My whole thing is B's and A's. Yeah, and a B's just as good. Remember, you're learning something new. I didn't get all A's when I was going to school. Some classes I got a B because that wasn't my discipline. If marketing is your discipline, you have to get an advertising. And advertising is part of marketing. You should be at least getting the B's and the A's in there. Striving for that. Okay? I know it's a little harder because it's an 8-week course, but I've modified the classes, with the quizzes and everything else. So you do the chapter, the quizzes. I provide you all the information. You should be doing very well. But like you was saying, I can lead you to the water, but I can't make you to drink. That's why I said I can't teach you a darn thing. I could only, you have to learn on your own. I could just present the material in a way that it's acceptable. And that's another thing when I'm looking at advertising. If you have a good product, it's easy to sell. If you got a bad product, don't try to con the individual for the product, because they're going to remember, not going to come back. Okay? All right, so we have that. So what else we have in our weekly assignments? Okay. So we're in here. Okay, so we've done that. You have everything else. The form was the main thing. Remember, in 2 weeks you'll be doing your presenting the paper to me. You've already submitted the homework, so you know how to present the paper. It'll be in a Word document. What I want you to do before you go into the forum and ask, you come over here and it said research paper info. I think it's open. Yep, it's open. Let me check real quickly. Yep, the link's not hidden. You click on here, and what do I have here? I have the 2nd level advertising. I have a full mind map, everything else in here for you. So when you're looking at it, you could check off, I have this. Some of the parts you may not be able to get or doesn't make sense for your business, but you have to address all 7 headers. You have a PDF file. You have me again talking through the whole thing. It's 49 minutes. I go from the beginning to the end, what I expect, where to supply it, how to submit it. Everything's in here. Look at this first. Don't come ask me a question when I already provided here. Or if you read it, somebody might have not missed it, and then the thing said, Dr. George, how does he want that? How many words does he want? I think he wants 2,400 words, which equates, remember, everything is going to send to me. It's going to be through Blackboard, and it's going to go through a plagiarizing program called Turnitin. You have to submit it that way. I do not accept email. I do not. It doesn't go into feedback. It has to go that way, or you don't get any points for that. Remember, I want you to do your own work and to be creative on this. So you'll submit it through me, through Blackboard. I'll make my comments. I'll send it back to you. So what do I need? Everything is in here. To see if it works, you click it on here. Okay, so you have that. Now here's the thing that you have to remember. I just want to get this real quickly. I'm going to stop this. Now what's happening is, just because with Blackboard it's a real short, you may not be able to get the full thing. You always have Harper to iTunes use all my lectures. Everything's in there. You click in there, and if you have iTunes loaded on your software, or if you're at the main campus in one of the labs, go in there and say, hey, I got to listen to Dr. George and Harper iTunes. There's a icon when you log into your portal, and on the top in here someplace it says Harper iTunes University, if I'm not mistaken. Click on there. You sign in as your regular login like you would into Blackboard Course Management, and the same passcode. You go under, scroll down to where it says Marketing. You go Marketing, click on there. You have, I think I'm the only one in Marketing right now because I'm updating, and there's other instructors that are updating this over time. Harper iTunes U is a repository, so if you're taking another instructor or you take another class and you're looking at this will help you. Okay, so you click on there and you have that. Now, what's going to happen, you see it doesn't have the whole thing. So what you have to go to the YouTube. If you want to see the concept maps and really read it, you click on YouTube, and then see at YouTube you have all my other postings. I got a lot out here. And now it's in a bigger, and then you could go like this. You have the full screen. You see, yeah, all right? Are you good? Good? So allow it, and now you could talk. Remember, you have the full screen, and you could see everything. Remember down in here, where the heck am I in here? I can move me fast forward if I'm looking at it. Okay, so allow this. Okay, I'm just going to close this off because. Okay, I'm not going to go through this, but so you can see, because some students were going, hey, I can't see the whole thing. It's so hard, it's so close. How do I make it larger? Blackboard has some issues with YouTube. They're working it out because YouTube has a new version. Blackboard updated. Remember, anytime one system changes, the other system has to make the correction. But so I've created this. Or if you go to Harper iTunes Use, you click on there, and I'm doing this because this is at the end. You'll have the full screen, and you can save that and download it, and you can look at it as many times as you want. Okay, so that takes care of it. You got the exhibit, so you should be all right. Let's go back to our weekly assignments, and I think that's it for the week. If I'm mistaken, week 6, what did we cover? You got your quizzes, right? You have your forum, 35 points. You have my lectures. Always look at my lectures. I have the links. Our lectures. You have my mind maps. You can print them out, PDF files. No homework. I didn't give you any homework this week. I upped the points on this. And, oh, one more thing on the quizzes. Your quizzes are multiple choices. You're doing very well in the quizzes. This last quiz here, Chapter 18, I've changed it a little bit different. You have 2 multiple choice questions, and you have short answers. An essay answers that 3 essay questions, just to get you used to, because I think on the final exam you might have some essays, short answers, so you at least are familiar how to do them. Remember, the final exam is going to be in week 8, and it's going to be a comprehensive final, all 19 chapters, and I'm not going to scramble them. They should be in order. You'll do well. I'll give you more than enough time. So this last one, I gave you additional time to do the short answers. Don't give me 1 or 2 words, like 1, 2, 3 words. Here's the answer. It's an essay. An essay means it has to be in a narrative format, at least a paragraph. Respond, or you're not going to get the 4 points. Okay? And I do this because it gives you a little ideas, and if you take me for other classes, there's more short answers. When, here's a question, how do I respond to a client with the question instead of multiple guesses on here? There's just different ways. So You're almost at the end. Chapter 19 is going to be all essay. Chapter 19 is just going to be, I think, 3 or 2 essays. Remember, chapter 19 in week 7 is when we're going to open up the forum again, a different forum, and that's going to be an open forum strictly on your paper. Utilize this time, this week, do your reading, do the chapters, do the quizzes right away, get them out of your way, and start working on your paper. Because then in the next week, week 7 is when your paper is due, and your narrative PowerPoint or a YouTube will be presented. You have 2 options. Narrative, so you're talking, so I could see the PowerPoints going and you're talking to submit them, or you want a YouTube. I would prefer more of a YouTube, because in advertising, when you're going to be going for the next job, they're going to ask you to send me a YouTube of an interview. That's how most people are. How do I know about you? You look good on paper. I want to see what you look like. Are you the person that's going to fit in? Yes, I got a YouTube. I got some YouTubes on here. Okay? Remember, you can put the YouTube on. If you don't have a YouTube account, start working on it now. Create one. And then you can push it. You can always turn it off. Lock it off. Put it for the class and then turn it off. Okay? Are we good? So that's it for this week. Interesting week. You start working on your paper. You finish the chapters real quickly to do the quizzes. Get the quizzes out of your way. No homework. Start looking at your paper. Start putting it together. Ask the questions. Remember, these chapters, all the homework that we've been doing is part of your plan. I'm building you up just like you would do in the business world. You start off here. You build up a little. You don't wait to the end and figure I'm going to put it all together. There's no way you're going to do it. We've been building this over the last 8 weeks or the last 6 weeks. You're now close to the finale. Now you're going to actually give it. And when you look at 8 weeks, well, Dr. George, that's a lot of information. You took the course in an 8-week section versus a 16-week. That's not me. And a lot of times your customers will say, well, it's going to take me 8 weeks. It's going to take me 16 weeks to complete this advertising plan. And they're going to go, you know what? We need it in 8 weeks. Yes, we could do it, but it's going to pay extra. Remember, you're getting the same amount. You're condensing it. You're doing 16-week work in 8 weeks. You're under the pressure. You're under the gun. And, hopefully it's not too much pressure, not too much under that much pressure. Because the way, if you've been doing your homework and been following along and putting stuff into that business plan that we've talked about and building up, now all you have to do is you have all the pieces. You're like a cook. You have everything all there. You got the flour, the baking, the equipment, and now you're going to put it together, and you're going to present it to me in the 7th week. I think it's on Friday or Saturday. I got to look at the syllabus. Usually I lock it off on Friday, but I'll give you an extension. I won't take any points off because I probably won't read it till that Saturday, and then you submit it, and then you'll be also submitting your PowerPoints, all right, in the 7th week, and then the 8th week is just a refresher, and then you're going right into your final exam, and you're finished, and you've learned so much. I think you've learned more in this online class something than you'll learn in a face-to-face class. Hopefully they're both the same. I mean, some people said I don't learn in an online class. I will disagree with them. I know more about you through the forums. You're more open, more communicative. Okay, so remember, it's a busy week. Spend all the time now. You're at the end. You're like the runner. You see that line. You see that goal. You have to make it. You could do it. I know you could do it. Don't give up now. Get the paper. It's, I think I forget how many points it's worth. Either 150, 175, and the PowerPoints and stuff. So you have a good percentage. 30% of your grade is right on this final product, and then you have your exam. Okay, so my name is Dr. George Mochocki. This is Advertising Marketing 217, part of the marketing campaign or marketing degree you're going to, or you may just be taking this for elective, offered by Harper College, and I'll see you in the forum. Bye.